Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management. Today, we are going to discuss the module Wine and Food Tourism under the paper Special Interest Tourism. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept of food tourism and wine tourism. They will also be aware about the concept of food and wine tourism. They will come to know about world's popular wine fest and popular India's wine destinations. They will also be aware about the made in India wines. The students will come to know about the benefits of wine. They will also come to know about the wine as an ingredient in food. Dear students, food and wine has been a part of fine dining since the ages, and wine has always been a complement to the food served over the dinner table. So it has been assumed that wine making and culinary traditions have grown and evolved simultaneously. The main reason behind pairing of wine and food is to make sure that the texture and the flavor of both food and wine goes well together, which results in a more pleasant dining experience. However, there are no set rules for pairing any particular food or wine. However, according to the chefs or experts, the weight of food, wine matters a lot. The heavy food should be paired with light wine and vice versa. Let us discuss about food tourism. Promotion of tourism in India is mainly targeted over the history and culture of the country. With the branding of India as a tourist destination, traditions and culture indeed play a very important role in attracting tourists. From the northern Himalayas to the southern backwaters, and culture, tradition and the lifestyle varies, so does the food. The cuisines served in India are so diverse and versatile that there is a big possibility of food tourism, a new motivation for tourists to travel to India to experience the culture through their taste buds. The potential of food tourism in India is enormous, as India is not only known for its spices and flavors but also for the hospitality that is offered here, as the concept of hospitality and food tourism is correlated. India can be a host tourist destination if the focus will be on the food tourism, which is the strength of Indian culture, as this has been acknowledged by many articles and researches that the meals offered by a state or a country plays a great role in gravity the attention of tourists. This concept will attract numbers of foodies and culinary explorers to India who are willing to experience the food culture which they might be looking for. Apart from increasing the inflow of foreign tourists, this concept will also help in introducing our food culture overseas and to reduce the negative effects of other factors that are affecting tourism in India for a very long time. According to Jim Daves, we are what we eat, and in case of Indians it totally fits in. So one should definitely take out time to experience the people of India through this rapidly growing trend of food tourism. Let us now discuss about the wine tourism. Wine as a supplement has been served with food since the ages, and many people from different parts of the world have considered this tradition more watering than taking their meals with any other beverage like fresh juices or simple water. In Spain, the lamb-based dishes are preferred with red wines, whereas in Italy, there is hardly any dining in which wines are not served. This shows how deeply wine is rooted in their culture, where food and wine are considered incomplete without each other. Initially, wine did not emerge as a preferred beverage with heavily spiced and flavored meals in India, but by the mid-90s, to balance the intensity of the spiced chutneys and curries of Indian cuisines, wines were served as an accompaniment, and to an extent it was very much liked by the people of India. Wine played a revolutionary role in becoming and emerging as the best companion of any kind of food in all parts of the world. With the rapid growth of consumption and usage of wine, the idea of wine tourism is going to be the newly widely preferred special interest tourism all around the globe. It has already grown in the several parts of the world like Italy, France, Egypt and Greece, and it has to make a mark on the tourism sector of the Indian culinary tradition, which is coming few years will prove to be a boom in terms of the economy and the tourist inflow of the country. Countries like India have potential to emerge as a hot tourist destination, and with such ideas it will not only create a new image of its tourism, also it will bring a remarkable change in the history of traditional Indian culinary. Dear students, let us now discuss about wine industry in India. The industry of wine has showed a stable progress over the period and is believed to grow more in the coming years, approximately at the rate of 27% annually. The scope of Indian wine industry is lying on the positive side of the graph. In a study, it was shown that the growth of the wine market in India in the year 2008 and 9 was about 20% to 30%, whereas the very next year the sales declined. This shows that the wine industry in India is not really constant in terms of sales, but the consumption of wine is forecasted to be more in the coming years. Let us discuss about the popular wineries in India. There are so many, which includes Grover Vineyards, Bangalore. The second is Heritage Crave Winery Private Limited, again in Bangalore. The third one is Hampi Heritage Winery, which is in Bijapur. Then there is Pampesar Distillery Limited, which is in Bangalore. Then there is a Lee Meridian Distillery and Winery, which is in the state of Goa. Then there is Pinson's Wine Industries, which is again in the state of Goa. Let us now discuss about some of the wine companies in India. First one is La Reserve. The second is Chatue Indage. The third one is Grover. The fourth one is Sulla. The fifth one is Heritage Port. The sixth one is Vinsura Wines. The seventh one is the Nine Hills. Then the next one and the eighth one is the Chattidiva the Aurei, among which Chattidiva Indage, Grover, Sulla, Chattidiva the Aurei are considered as the best wines in India. Dear students, let us now discuss about food and wine tourism. Food tourism and wine tourism are excelling equally on their part. Both wine tourism and food tourism are flourishing on their part. As food tourism already prevails in our country and is widely accepted by our people, so we should bring wine tourism in India and club both wine tourism and food tourism as a one offering. People of India would initially not accept food and wine tourism as together, but later on it would be liked by the youth of our country. By bringing food and wine tourism in our country, the Indian vineyard and local wines would be at a profit. Then we can create a good bond with people of other countries who would come in our country just to experience food and wine tourism. The Ministry of Tourism has taken many initiatives to build a cordial relationship with other countries through food and wine tourism. Food and wine tourism in India would be in a great trends after few years. Goa Food and Cultural Festival, an initiative of Ministry of Tourism. It is a mega food festival organized every year jointly by Goa Tourism Development Corporation in association with Department of Tourism, Government of Goa. Various sound and light shows are being organized. Live brewing of Goa's famous drink Feni is also a major attraction of this food festival. Various cultural events are being organized. Various cuisines are being displayed on a big LED screen. Every year, various international tourist destinations witnessed this event every year. Such events should be organized in every part of India in order to promote the famous cuisines of India and indirectly the gastronomic tourism or the food tourism of India. Let us now discuss about some of the benefits of drinking wine with food. Wine is known to promote longevity. Average total life expectancy in India is 68, which is quite low compared to the developed countries. Almost one-third population of the country, that is the India, is having cardiovascular issues, and wine is known to reduce heart disease. It's a medical fact that people drinking wine in a controlled amount of having 50% less chances of having stroke than non-drinkers. Indian population genetically has more risk of getting cataract, and wine is known to reduce the risk of cataracts. As per the study of Columbian University, the brain function declines at a much faster rate than in normal wine drinker. Keeping in mind these benefits of drinking wine with food, the awareness should be increased, but it has not to be kept in mind that these benefits are only when the consumption is in a controlled manner. Moreover, these benefits also help in promoting food and wine tourism in India. Let us now discuss as wine as an ingredient in the food. Food being the necessity of man and wine being a great motivator for its made with many types of sauce, spices, herbs. Some food and desserts are made with wine. Wine gives a mystical flavor to food and dessert. Wines not only give the food or dessert flavor, but it enhances the food or dessert. If we are using wine as an ingredient in our food, dessert, we should be alert because using wine in a dish can enhance its flavor or it can demolish the cuisine. Therefore, we must use that wine which we prefer to drink, not the one we do not prefer to drink. We should not be in a favor of using cooking wine because it has salty acids which can demolish the taste of a dish. As if we use wine in making lamb, chicken, red meat, pastries, spongy cakes, etc. We should use the best quality of wine in order to get mouth-watering cuisine. We should put little wine to enhance the flavor of the food. Red wine, commonly used in chicken while wine is used in beef stew. Wine gives a tendering taste to chicken. Let us now discuss about some of the food and wine festivals. Los Angeles Food and Wine Festival. Los Angeles celebrates this fest every year and is the best fest throughout the year. There are great chefs who make food. Chefs like Jen Lewis, Thomas Keller, etc. are the art of this event. Then in Toronto, Canada, Toronto Food and Wine Festival. This event brings the city to the light in the whole world. Toronto is the next upcoming culinary city. This event also gets some celebrity chefs like Jason Wins, etc. Then the next one is Miami, Florida, South Beach Wine and Food Festival. This is the most talked festival around the globe. It has a 5-day long fest. There is that type of wine which people really dreamt of. Therefore, if you are a wine and a food lover, you must check out this fest. Then the next one is Austin, Texas, Austin Food and Wine Festival. It is an amazing fest with a live band. It has over 40 demos and tasting sessions. The celebrity chefs are also invited and those are Andrew Zimmern, Gail Simmons, etc. Therefore, these festivals are great motivator for people to travel around the world and rejuvenate the people's mind and lives. Some people are so crazy about food and wine combination that they travel all around the world just to taste new variety of food and wine. Let us discuss about role of wine in diabetic patients. Wine, as remarked by various medical studies, has importance in medical field as well. Wine is good for patients suffering from type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, abnormal cholesterol, etc. It is suggested that having small amount of red or white wine at regular periods reduces risk of cardiovascular diseases, especially in heart patients. Red wine is also known to reduce blood sugar level in diabetic patients. Even many wine festivals conduct such programs so as to increase awareness among common person. Therefore, this will also help in wine tourism, as people will travel from one place to another to have wine. Dear students, let us now discuss about food and wine matching. Food and wine matching is the most difficult job. It is the pairing of certain type of wine with a certain food dishes. Wine always acts that part of dining that always enhance the food. The wine and food pairing is generally done so that the both texture and flavor of wine and food both blend together and give a toothsome taste. Many books and magazines suggest how to pair wine, but the chefs believe the weight of food and weight of wine must be taken care of. The heavyweight dishes should be paired with light wines, while the lightweight dishes or the wines should be consumed with heavy dishes or heavy wines. Some of the examples of wine paired with food are turkey, lamb, beef, salads goes best with red wine, while the white wine with chicken and fish, etc. India's best food and wine destination, a paradise for food and wine lovers. The first one is Sulla Vineyard. It is located in Nasik near Mumbai airport. This vineyard was the first Indian vineyard to produce the wines at a large scale. It has gained nationwide recognition and it produces both red and white wine. It opened to public with a stay and offer a fine dining with wine. The second one is the Fatali. It is located near Solan in the state of Maharashtra, nearest to the Solan airport. It consists of both sprawling and winery and vineyard. It offers a large variety of packages for those people who want to visit. The package includes a tour to Motevar and Garwar vineyards, and they also offer a large variety of cuisines with wine in it. The next one is the Four Seasons Vineyards. It is located in the Dan Taluka, Pune. It is the nearest to Pune airport. It is known as an ultimate gateway. It comprises of 14 rooms, a swimming pool and spa, a party deck at a terrace. There are tasting rooms, a wine merchandise store, a restaurant with complete food and wine pairing. Then the next one is the Grover Zampa. It is located in the Nandi Hills of Bangalore. It is the most beautiful vineyard with a scenic view. It is situated at 920 meters above sea level. It is worth exploring place and it has a fine restaurant with amazing recipes with great pairing of wines. The next one and the fifth one is the York Winry. It is located in the Gangavare village in Nasik. It has a lot of variety of wines such as red wines, white wines, sparkling wines, desert wines, etc. It is a winery between a hill and a lake. It offers wines to the guest as a welcome drink. Dear students, let us now take a case study of the Sulla Vineyard Nasik, which is in the state of Maharashtra. Sulla Vineyard is the brainchild of its CEO and founder Rajiv Samrat in the Nasik in the year 1998. As of today, Sulla Vineyards have expanded from mere 30-acre family estate to 1800 acres across Nasik and even Karnataka. Sulla was the first firm to launch Made in India wines on a large scale. They hold market share of 70% wines in India. The company has expanded its business by introducing hospitality in vineyards. The people can go to these vineyards and stay in any of the 35 rooms built here. This hospitality segment gives tourists the ground level experience of making wine, where tourists themselves collect grapes from vineyards and then these are later crushed to make wine. The Sulla Vineyard has two restaurants, Little Italy and Soma, where almost every food item contains wines as an ingredient or as a drink. The annual Sulla Live Musical Festival takes place at its Nasik Vineyard, which was first conducted in the year 2008. The major activities in this festival include grape stomping, wine tasting and camping. Wine lovers throughout the world and India come to this festival. Sulla Wine's growing stature has led to it to acclaim many prestigious awards like Dindori Reserves Shiraz, Gold Medal in Indian Consumer Choice Award, realizing Late Harvest Chenin Blanc, Gold Medal, etc. Sulla's Made in India wine is even exported to 26 other countries with collaboration with major brands like Glenfiddich, Remy Martin, Asahi and Hardee's. Let us now take a case study of Italy. Italy is one of the finest destinations, not only in Europe but also in the whole world. The growth of tourism in Italy began since ages during the rise of Roman Empire and the advent of Renaissance art, when people used to flock the region to see the work of art. In the year 1997, the tourism industry was estimated to consume 67.8 billion euros. Food and wine industry popularity in Italy continues to increase, and according to Food Tourism Bids Forum of 2008, it was estimated at 2.5 billion euros in revenue. It is thought that wine tourism is only at its 20% potential, with chances of increasing in the future. Food and wine tourism has great impact on Italian economy, and it is the main reason as to why tourists come and explore Italy. Food and wine has a great potential to affect the economy of a country, enhance tourism sustainability and create the individuality of a region. Culinary tourism, agri-tourism and ecotourism all depend on each other and have been the key pillars in food and wine industry in Italy. Dear students, let us summarize what we have discussed in the module. The present module revolves around the capability of food and wine together as a motivation for the tourists who are in search of such exquisite culinary experience which has the touch of both traditional and modern world. India is known for its spices and intensity of flavor is which can be blended with the classical touch of wine in order to bring out the best out of the cuisines of India and make it even more special. This whole idea of finding out the relation between the two is to introduce a new motivation for tourism and to know about the production, consumption and scope of wine industry in India. Both food tourism and wine tourism has their significant role in attracting tourists, but the scope of their merger will have a different graphical story. The present module will give an overview of the food and wine tourism and scope to some extent. The module also shows some medicinal properties of the wine. It has also shows the pairing of food and wine and also mentioned India's best destination for food and wine which a person must visit during his lifespan. The module further discussed the growth of wine tourism and food tourism which are flourishing in many parts of the world. The main purpose of this study is to club up both wine tourism and food tourism together as one tourism and to understand whatever these both tourism can go hand in hand in the future. This study also shows how wine is used to cure many diseases like cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, etc. The module further shows how food plays an important role in promoting wine as food, a basic necessity of a man, and people all around the world prefer to have wine as a complement with the food. Having wine with food also gives us certain benefits as it reduces blood pressure, blood sugar. It also helps in increase lifespan of a person. Moreover, a person should not consume too much wine, and consuming too much wine can damage our liver. And with these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.